Today on Most Buffalo, a one-of-a-kind experience lets you step inside the Buffalo Museum of Science after hours and get out under the stars. We will explain how you can get involved. Plus, the Sabres playoff excitement can be felt from floor to ceiling in one fan's home, and how a lifelong passion has turned into an immersive collection. Plus, a new effort to save limbs before it's too late. How a free event is bringing critical care directly to the community. Most Buffalo starts right now. Hi there, welcome to Most Buffalo. I'm Lauren Hall. Thanks for being with us here on WGRZ+. There is a lot happening in Western New York this week, including some special events that you might want to know about. We're going to be covering some of them today, but first, it's almost May. Mother's Day is right around the corner, and one local dental practice is celebrating Mom's Special Day by giving back once again in a big way. WM Dental Care is launching a special giveaway offering a few deserving women across Western New York a complete smile makeover, along with a little time to relax and feel celebrated. Joining us now to tell us more about how you can nominate a mom and what they will win are Dr. Andrew Burke and Leanne Fisher here from WM Dental Care. Thank you both for being here.
Thanks for having us.
And Dr. Burke, this is a tradition that you've done for many years now at WM.
Yeah, we've been doing this for about 15 years.
What made you want to start it?
You know, just giving back to the community. As moms, we see that they put themselves last, and they're always taking care of their children. They may make appointments for their husbands, but then I've seen later then the mom comes, and a lot of times they could need a lot of dental work.
And you're looking for 4 special moms, one for each of your local offices. And what are you looking for?
We are looking for a deserving mom who's really spent their whole life putting everyone in front of themselves, taking care of their children, their friends, their family, and the nominations can come from anybody local. Just really detailing their stories and us pictures, and they get submitted to us, and we look through them, and we decide who the winner is, and there's 4 of them, so 1 per location. We have 4 convenient locations.
And explain everything that you would.
So the smile makeover, and it can be a different makeover for each mom, and that can be anywhere from cosmetic dentistry to routine to any type of whitening, implants, and then at the end they're treated to a spa treatment where they can get their nails, their facial, skin, makeup, and nail. It's a full complete picture for them.
And there's the meaning of a new smile, of changing a smile. What does that bring to patients?
So there's, I'm sure, some mothers out there that at family events or family photos, they may be smiling with their mouth closed. They're not confident to really, like really open up and show their full self. And that's the kind of person that we want to take care of. Mm-hmm. If they're embarrassed or have trouble eating, we really want to take care of that mom.
And this can amount to tens of thousands of dollars of dental work.
Yeah, there's really no limitation in our giveaway. It could be, full new set of teeth for someone to, filling different missing teeth, whatever that person needs. And we can also do it with sedation. Mm-hmm. We're a big sedation practice, and that allows patients to sleep through their dental care. So that can be included too if that person is also fearful of having whatever they need done.
Yeah, and just having a nap. That's a part of the prize too.
That's nice.
Leanne, so you are accepting these applications now. How can people apply?
So they can go to our website at wmsmile.com, and there should be a pop-up that pops up immediately where they can nominate the mom that deserves it.
And why is it something that you do want to keep doing year after year? You said it's been 15 years.
So to see the difference of taking someone that is embarrassed, lost function, scared, and then changing their life just with, dental work is reason I go to work every day.
Absolutely.
So really being able to give that someone and give back to those who gave so much to their families and others, it's really gratifying.
And no restrictions in terms of if you're a patient already, where you live, anything like that. They're just looking for moms who are ready for a new smile.
The better the story and the better the photos during the application, because I will look at every single one of them with their other doctors, and we'll really pick, what's going to be the most impactful case to do for them.
Oh, well, we hope you find the 4 best moms out there most deserving of this contest this year. When do people need to apply by?
The 9th of May.
Okay.
That's our deadline.
Perfect. And the website one more time?
WMSmile.com.
Wonderful. Dr. Angie Burke and Leanne Fisher are here from WM Dental Care. Thanks for being here on Most Buffalo. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And if you think you've got what it takes to make Buffalo laugh, now's your chance. Helium Comedy Club Buffalo has opened registration for the 2026 Buffalo's Funniest Person competition. The prize is a multi-week showdown packed with big laughs and big opportunities. Organizers say it's not just about being funny. It's about connecting with an audience and standing out on stage. You must be from the Buffalo area to apply, and you can register online through the Helium Comedy Club's website. Space is limited, and registration closes Friday, May 1st at 11:59 p.m. And well, there's nothing to joke about when it comes to the lengths and ways that Sabres fans are showing their pride. For many, sports is more than just watching a game. It's also about holding on to every moment that fuels that loyalty. And that's especially true for one man from North Tonawanda. 2 on your side's Courtney Courtwright shares his story.
At Josh Fye's house, you will quickly realize
Yeah, I'd say I'm a pretty diehard Sabres fan.
this isn't just a hobby.
When I was a kid, if they had a Sabres emblem on it, I wanted it.
It's a passion that has taken over downstairs.
A bigger house would be next before I stopped. So we're not going to stop. We're just going to make the space bigger. Big Hasek fan.
To understand how Fye's collection got this big, you have to go back to where it all started.
As a kid, I wanted something out of the store, and my dad decided let's get a different puck every time we come to a game. Try to collect them all. And that kind of blossomed from there.
That simple tradition turned into a lifelong collection.
The outdoor game, the team picture, everybody's there, signed.
Built piece by piece over the years.
I try to collect stuff that it has a part in history. So French Connection, Ryan Miller, Rick Jeanneret, stuff that win or lose in the game, if it had a big moment that everybody remembers, something I look forward to. So something I want to collect.
With the Sabres back in the playoffs after 14 seasons, he's hoping they can add another chapter to their history.
This would mean so much to the city. Stanley Cup, Super Bowl, like these fans, it would really mean a lot. My son being able to watch that.
Who's this?
What might mean even more
And someday this is all going to be my son's.
is who Fye gets to share all these memories with.
And I want him to cherish it like I did and, keep it going, pass it down.
On your side, Courtney Courtwright, Channel 2 News.
And as we also look ahead to the FIFA World Cup, Silo City in Buffalo just announced it will screen 5 matches on its historic grain elevators while also showing every match at Duende. The site will also host world culture events throughout the tournament, along with community soccer clinics in the weeks leading up to the global event. There will also be 3 watch parties at Canalside, featuring a giant video board, food trucks, a live DJ, giveaways, and other activities. And coming up right here on Most Buffalo's Stargazing returns to the Queen City. The Buffalo Museum of Science is bringing back Twilight at the Museum, and it's giving you a chance to see the planets and stars from the rooftop. We'll tell you all about it and how you can check it out after the break. Back now in Most Buffalo, and a unique after-hours experience is returning to the Buffalo Museum of Science, inviting people of all ages to explore the night sky in a whole new way. This is Twilight at the Museum. It combines hands-on exhibits with live astronomy talks and gives you a chance to step outside and see celestial objects up close. We are here now with Gary Siddall from the Buffalo Science Museum, President and CEO, and the Astronomy Programs Coordinator, Holly Cohen, to tell us more about Twilight at the Museum. So Gary, the first one's coming up this week.
That's right. This is an incredibly popular event that we've been able to host for the last several years. Everyone is very curious about space sciences, and access to our roof is not something that we provide all of the time. So this Friday will be open from 8 o'clock until 11 o'clock, inviting stargazers up, and you'll be guided through the night sky with Holly.
And all ages, Holly?
Oh, absolutely.
Even though it's late night. Yeah. And like Gary said, it's not an opportunity people always get to go up on the roof at the Science Museum. So what is the experience like, and what's up there?
So being in Buffalo, we have to sort of schedule these events for when we know we're not going to get snowed on. So we're bringing this out in May as a little bit of a change instead of our summer hours, because there's a couple of other seasonal targets in the sky that we're going to want to look at. So of course, we're going to be starting our roof access around 8 p.m. that night. We'll have multiple telescopes up on the roof. Of course, some belong to the Science Museum, and others are shared by our affiliate, the Buffalo Astronomical Association. And for this particular event that's coming up, we're going to be able to see Venus slightly after a beautiful sunset, we're hoping. We'll also see the planet Jupiter, and a full moon will be rising.
Very nice. I was saying in the break that I got to be up there for one of the early morning eclipses that we've had in recent years, and it was kind of a special experience because it's kind of intimate. You're with all these people, and they're all looking in telescopes and sort of looking at the same thing, and someone will see something that you won't, and they'll come over and ask if they can look in your telescope. Is that kind of how it is?
That's exactly how it works. We have multiple telescopes and multiple people operating those for you. So they're just bursting at the seams to be able to tell you what they're looking at, why, and it's a great way to learn about telescopes or any sort of viewing equipment if you want to get started with your own personal hobby of stargazing, because you're going to learn as much or as little as you want to, even if you just want to be up on the roof enjoying the view.
And if you have your own equipment, can you bring it with you?
You're welcome to bring it with you.
Up there, yeah. Very nice. And Gary, I know you said that there's just been such a resurgence of people interested in the sky between things like the total solar eclipse that we had a couple years ago and the Artemis mission.
That's exactly right. Space sciences are always high in public interest. We think about as a young child, when you're asked, what do you want to be when you grow up? An astronaut comes up as a common answer. And so what we get to do at the Buffalo Museum of Science is to harness that enthusiasm and that interest in a really specific field of science, and then bring in our team to provide an even greater level of education. And in addition to our evening series, we actually are running our summer series Solar Saturday, which, weather permitting, if you don't want to stay up until 11 o'clock this particular Friday evening, on Saturdays you can come up during the daytime, and there are still plenty of things to see in the sky, even when the sun's out.
Like what can people see during the daytime ones?
So the museum is lucky to have a collection of telescopes that are capable of directly viewing the sun safely. So when you're looking through our scopes on the roof during a Solar Saturday event, most of the time we are looking at the sun, and things like sunspots, areas where there might be solar storms happening, it's all completely safe. But of course, we have a wonderful view of the city anyway, so we have some I Spy that we can play. We can take a look at some of the beautiful architecture our city is known for. It's a really nice time.
All right, so the first Twilight at the museum is back this Friday, May 1st, and then there are a couple other ones throughout the season. So what are the dates if people can't come this week or they want to wait for it to get a little warmer?
We do have an event similar to this one on a Friday night in August and also in September. We're going to skip June and July just because with those beautiful long summer days, it's going to take a really long time to get dark out.
Full darkness, for sure. And then the Solar Saturdays are every single Saturday, Gary?
That's right, weather permitting. We want to make sure that visitors are safe up on the rooftop, but we are open every day of the week, and it's worth mentioning, even for Twilight, the entire museum is open, so even with the temperatures anticipated to be a little bit cooler, you can go up, check out the night sky, and then make your way back inside the museum.
And you can learn more about all of these events on the Buffalo Museum of Science website and get your tickets and make sure that you punch your ticket to get there. So what's the website and how can people do that?
For sure. Tickets go very quickly in instances where we have large events like this, so you're going to want to visit sciencebuff.org.
Perfect. Gary and Holly here from the Buffalo Museum of Science. Thanks so much for being here.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. This weekend. And from downtown Buffalo to Niagara Falls, one of the region's most iconic boats is now back open for the season. We are talking about the Maid of the Mist, and our Natalie Foss was there for the first ride of the season.
People began lining up around 6 in the morning, excited for the chance to be first on the boat, like Dylan and Robert from Denver, Colorado.
You know, the guy up there was like, and welcome to being number one. So like feeling number one, going out of here and doing Maid of the Mist is just super fun.
Dylan said whether it's your first time or not, the experience is unforgettable.
This is an experience that everybody should do. It's amazing.
What are you most looking forward to?
Just being on the water, getting wet. Like, yeah. We fly home today, so this was a great way to close out the week that we've been here.
You always see the people wearing these, but now it's my turn. The clock struck 9, and it was time to load the boat. We met people in line all over the country, from all over the world, who say that this is something that they've been waiting their entire lives to do. I'm here on the boat, and they're just a few minutes away from crossing that item off of their bucket list.
We are so happy. We never thought that we'll get the chance to go on the boat, and it's yesterday we got to know like we can go through boat, so we are so happy, like we are lucky. We are feeling lucky, very much lucky.
Here we go! You guys excited? And then it was time to begin the voyage into the falls. And to say it was a bit wet, well, that's an understatement. The Maid of the Mist is also celebrating America's 250th birthday with special signage throughout the park and on the boats themselves.
I just think it's an iconic spot. When people say Grand Canyon, Statue of Liberty, right after that it's Niagara Falls, right? So we want to honor that legacy and be part of that this season. And
I got to catch up with Dylan and Robert at the end of the voyage. Okay, we just finished. How was it, you guys?
So wet and cold. Very wet, amazing, and yeah, worth it. Worth every penny. Worth
just like
every
you remember
moment.
it?
Just like I remember. Yeah,
Perfect first time?
Perfect first time. Magical.
The Maid of the Mist is now open until November 8th. You can come and ride anytime. They say that they take about 1,800 people an hour on the Maid of the Mist. So you could be one of them. You can get more details on our website, WGRZ.com. On your side in Niagara Falls, Natalie Foss, Channel 2 News.
Thank you, Natalie. And we have more to come here on Most Buffalo. This weekend, local doctors are stepping in to help save more than just lives. They are working to save limbs. Ahead of a free community screening event on Buffalo's east side, we're sitting down with the local clinicians behind the effort to save a leg, save a life. Back now on Most Buffalo, and an upcoming free community health event is focusing on early detection and prevention, specifically when it comes to conditions that can lead to limb loss. This is part of a growing effort to reach people who may not have had regular access to care, while also building stronger connections between doctors and community resources. Joining us to tell us a little bit more about this upcoming screening event is Dr. Ben Zwerchowski with the Buffalo Medical Group and Andrew Wheeler, a wound care specialist at Ergo Medical. Thank you both for being here so much.
Thanks for having us.
This is part of a national organization called Save a Limb, Save a Life. So who can explain a little bit about what that mantra and the organization means?
Sure. It's, like you said, it's nationwide, and really we're trying to raise awareness about how serious your skin care is, and if you are at risk for losing a limb because you may have diabetes or some other risk factors, peripheral artery disease, that can then lead to an amputation.
And this is going to be a free community health screening coming up this Saturday. Dr. Z, what are you going to be doing, and what can people experience?
So it's going to be a very thorough evaluation of people who may have loss of medical care within the community. We'll be doing everything such as blood pressure checks, we'll be doing basic heart exams, we'll be doing a balance assessment led by my colleague Dr. Wheeler. We're going to have multiple medical doctors throughout the community, including myself, an interventional radiologist who does procedures that help reestablish blood flow in people who may have a medical condition such as high cholesterol or diabetes that has been previously diagnosed in the past, or they may be walking into the door this upcoming Saturday not even knowing that they may have one of these conditions. And it is our mission to help them understand what may be going on within their body before it presents with a complication such as losing a foot, where they may end up being admitted to a hospital when first learning that they have one of these conditions in the first place.
And do you think that enough people realize that living with a condition like this can lead to the loss of a limb, the potential for that?
Unfortunately, I don't think enough people realize that. They might be walking around now with a non-healing sore, and we'd love to see those people too. They're obviously at risk for losing a limb if they already have a sore, but we also want to talk about those risk factors that they just might not know about.
And what are some of those risk factors?
So if you have a diagnosis of diabetes, that is an extreme risk factor. If you have any heart condition or peripheral artery disease, that's also a risk factor. Many folks lose sensation in their feet and in their lower limbs. And you could injure yourself and not even know. And so that could definitely lead to worse things. So.
And I imagine if someone is in one of these positions, maybe they have had some care for this before, but maybe there's been a lapse, or they just have a question that they really want to get checked out right now, and this would be a good opportunity for them, right?
Absolutely. We have a full breadth of medical specialists throughout the community who have been so excited about getting involved with this organization, because it gives them the opportunity to reach people who don't necessarily know how to go about even doing something as putting on appropriate footwear for their medication, putting on appropriate lotions to hydrate their feet, taking their medications appropriately, where we are able to give them an opportunity to ask the appropriate questions to people who are not only well educated but passionate about doing these kind of things. And as a primary care physician, one of my passions is bringing the community together to tell people these are the things you have to watch out for when it comes to maintaining your health, so we can cut things off of the past, so to speak, before simple medical problems can turn into very complicated ones.
Again, this is a screening called Save a Leg, Save a Life. It's happening this weekend at Girard Place. What are all the details?
So the event's going to be starting at 9 a.m., running through 12 p.m. We are hoping that we will get at least 100 attendees through the doors to this event, and there is a free meal at the end of the event that will be provided to each patient who comes through the door, and we'll also be providing a pair of Bombas, a special type of support sock, to reinforce the message of taking good care of your feet. And from the time that you walk in the door, you will be getting attention when it comes to things as trying to get linked with a primary care medical provider, from the time leaving through the door around noon, of how can you go about navigating throughout the community, getting established with a doctor, seeing a physical therapist, so you will get as much information as you can about going forward to preserve the health of your legs in the long run.
Again, 9 to 2, this is taking place at Girard Place in Buffalo. Do people need to sign up, or they can just walk right in the door?
They can just walk right in. We encourage people to bring maybe caregivers with them if they're comfortable with that, or loved ones. Just sometimes it helps to process the information if you have somebody with you, but they can be there on their own and walk right in.
All right.
You do not need health insurance in order to come through. We will see the insured, we will see the non-insured, we'll see people who are on Medicaid, Medicare, and we will also be having a local insurance group to help navigate what the process looks like for seeking out health insurance in the event that you come to the door non-insured on the day of the event.
Drs. Zerchowski and Wheeler, thank you so much for being here on Most Buffalo, and good luck with the event this weekend.
Thank you.
And over the weekend, a plane full of second chances touched down at the Buffalo Niagara International Airport. Local rescue groups were there welcoming dozens of dogs from Texas, each one looking for a new home. Channel 2's Alyssa Clausel was there as the plane landed and brings us the touching story.
On this plane, Precious Cargo is better known as Puppy Cargo.
Once a month, we help take dogs from Laredo, Texas.
37 animals, mostly dogs.
It's a kitty cat.
Kitty. And a few cats, making the journey over 1,000 miles from their overcrowded Texas shelter.
They reached out and said that, listen, we're really struggling down here, and we're taking a lot of dogs in, and not a lot of dogs are leaving.
Julie Starr is the founder and president of Buddy's Second Chance Rescue. She says that these dogs would likely meet a different fate if it weren't for trips like this.
Unfortunately, a lot of these dogs would end up euthanized. Yeah, there was actually quite a few dogs on this transport who were considered code red. That one dog we actually pulled only had 2 hours left.
They've been helping Texas shelters since 2013.
We hate to talk about it, but it is something that has to be talked about sometimes. So yeah, Texas is pretty tough. You know, I know a couple of our other, shelters, our rescues here in Western New York also help other places in Texas.
With the new lease on life, these pups are making what you might call a pit stop.
They'll make sure they're all up to date on their vaccines, they're microchipped, they're fixed. They go into foster homes, they go on a 5-day hold to make sure behavioral and health-wise they're all set to go, and then they'll be put up for adoption.
Just one step closer to the perfect home.
And that was our Alyssa Clausel reporting. Organizers say this effort is only possible thanks to volunteers and foster families, and They say there are always opportunities to get involved. Fostering opportunities will be available throughout the year as the monthly rescue flights continue. And that'll do it for this edition of Most Buffalo. We appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you back here on Thursday at 2:30 for another live show. But you can always catch up right here on WGRZ+. Have a great day.